Alright everyone, here's the Klein 730 air horn kit. I started putting some stuff together. I got it the other day, mounted the horns up, put all the fittings in the air tank because it said it had a 24-hour cure time on the sealant for the threads. So I did all that to get that done. Here's the air hose that comes with it. Coupled to 1/2 inch, and well, there's a 1/2 inch, and there's a 1/4 inch. It's been going good so far. Instructions are pretty good. There's some extra stuff that came with the horns and the horn kit that you don't need, so just make sure you follow the instructions. I think there was some extra bolts in there too. Here's all the stuff for the wiring. So I got the tank and the horns all mounted up on their brackets. I'm gonna get the compressor out and mount that on its brackets and start doing some wiring, put the wiring in the loom so I don't have to do all that once it's underneath the truck. I think it'll be a little bit easier to do it now. I went ahead and printed out the instructions just because I thought it'd be easier than just look at the phone. It's a little easier to see. But there are some nice videos on there when you look at it on your phone or the computer that show you some neat little things you can look at. But seems like a pretty good kit so far. Pretty easy. They give you the bolts with the compressor in the box. I ended up putting, they say to put the bolts in from the bottom up, put the nuts on top. But this bolt in the back here was very hard to get to. You probably can't see it down there, but I just dropped it in from the top. If it's in the way, I'll just cut it off. It was a lot easier. It said in the directions to bolt this on once you get the bracket mounted. I put the bolts in so that those are ready to go into the truck frame. So it's a lot easier, I think, to put it on the bench as long as everything goes all right when I put it on the truck. Would have been a pain trying to do it once it was on the truck. Alright, so I got everything plumbed up, ready to go on the truck. Thought it'd be a lot easier to put most of this stuff on now. So I got all my air lines on. I got the 2 horns connected together off the solenoid. This air line's gonna go to the small horn. It's over here. That's where the big line's gonna come in off the tank. I got the 1/2 inch on the tank mounted up, ready to go. I got the wiring over there on my truck all set up for the pressure sensor, ready to go. Got the air line. This air line's gonna go from the compressor over to the tank. Got that on, ready to go. Wiring's ready to go. Bolts are in. I got all the wiring in the loom over here. These 2 wires are for the pressure sensor. I just left them hang out. I got a lot of extra. I just drop it down through and see where everything lays. I got the relay mounted over here. There's a nice little spot for it in the back corner over here. It was good because I have the aux switches for my truck over here. So I got the pressure sensor and the on-off for the tank right here. And then this one's going to be for the actual air solenoid itself to activate the horns. So, coming along good. Alright, I got the compressor intake hose all hooked up. Sits in here nicely. I ran it up. Said to keep it out of the road spray and stuff, so I thought the best place would be was probably to put it in the middle of the bed somewhere where it doesn't get a lot of anything. It's pretty well covered too, so it's not like you get a lot in there anyways. Put it up there. If you guys can see it, I just zip tied it up there. It sits up there nice. I'm sorry the truck's so dirty. Wintertime in Western New York, it's great. But I put one zip tie right there and sits in there nice. So here's the finished wiring. Here's the relay. Here's the ground for the relay. The red wire is power to the relay. It goes over to the battery over here. I got the fuse zip tied down there. There's an inline glass fuse. I just brought it up to the bolt. this other red wire and yellow wire come into the relay, and the red wire goes directly to the air compressor, and this yellow wire is for the pressure sensor. Goes to the pressure sensor. Then over here, this purple wire is to activate the horn itself, and that's on aux 1, my auxiliary switch 1. And the yellow wire goes to the pressure sensor for the on and off. So this purple wire goes to the air solenoid. I didn't have any black wire left because I found an actual ground underneath the truck. So I just used what I had of the purple. Same size wire, worked out good. I ran it across the top here, it sits in there nice, put one zip tie right there, and then another one right there. Then I dropped it down through the fender, and it lays in there real nice. And then the purple wire that goes to the air solenoid, I brought it down over here. You can see where it comes up right here, and I just zip tied it right there. It sits in there nice. There's some other wires that run down through there. Well, here's the tank all mounted up. Here's where I brought the wires down for the pressure sensor. They go in right there. I made my connections right there, and then zip tied everything to that post, and the wires go up through. Sits in there nice. Okay, so then this airline is actually going back to my quick connect in the back, and then I got the wiring, the red wire going all the way to the tank, kind of tucked it up in there, and then I made my connections right there. You can see it up there. It's tucked up there, kind of out of the shit, and that's where the tank went to from the braided line to the plastic line off the compressor. And then I brought my compressor right here. There's grounding stud. I didn't have to drill no holes. Nothing, worked out good. There's actually a couple of those on the truck. I like that. It's a good option they got. And that's where the wiring went in. I brought the loom up to there. And here's where I mounted the quick connect. Ran the side of the running board and just bent down, plugged it in. Ran some self-tappers through. Wish I had a few shorter ones, but I didn't have them. And then I showed you earlier, guys, where I put the intake for the compressor. It's up there. And then I brought the big line off the tank, go into the air solenoid for the horns down and underneath here. There, I put it underneath. The best I could underneath is heat tape underneath the exhaust, and it doesn't get that hot underneath here, so it should be good. These regular zip ties. Put one zip tie there, and then a couple across. Horns mounted up. The air solenoid, you can see there. And I brought the big line, comes in from underneath over this this skid plate here, which was kind of nice. Just left it up on top. Brought the line around and into the air solenoid. This line goes to the small horn. That's back there. And then out of the air solenoid, there's my wires that run up. I'll show you where I grounded this one at. Right here. There's another one of those post grounds, already factory grounds on the truck. I just ran the wire up through there. Everything was pretty easy. Sorry for shaking the camera. To put the bolts in, honestly, it's nice if you have someone just to help you hold everything. There's one, and then the other one's tucked up underneath there. You can see it right there. But stuff's a little heavy, so it's nice to have someone to hold it. The little horn was easy. Put that on. I actually put the big horns on by myself. I had someone help me hold just the tank. I could have used someone for the compressor, but I got it. Everything fit nice. I bolted it up. Nothing's touching nothing. So it's nice and tucked up underneath. You can't see it. If you look even stand below the truck, you can't see nothing. It's nice and tucked up underneath. You don't see anything. I just brought that line in between here. It's a nice spot for that line. Holds it in there nice. So Came out good. Just make sure you follow instructions, which way to point the horns. You know where everything goes. But here's the truck that I should put them on. 2016 2500 Cummins. Nice truck. Like it a lot. So I'm just gonna show you where the switches are. My aux switches are down here. I put number 2 as the on off for the compressor, so it lights up. And then number 1's for the horns. And there you go, you hear the compressor running. I don't know if you guys can hear it in the video, but it'll run for a minute or two and then turn off. You can't even hear it when you're driving down the road at like 40. I mean, you hear it at 20, but that's about it. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you, Klein, for giving me the test kit to do. It's a really nice kit for just being a test kit. Really well put together. I appreciate it. Thanks.